and welcome back. We're at the 2021 Work BC Job Fair, where we have the privilege of interviewing many outstanding local employers. I'm happy to introduce to you our next guest, who has agreed to interview with me this morning, and she's one of our great employers in Nanaimo. So today I have Kiara Colyn, the Human Resources Coordinator with the Boys and Girls Club of Central Vancouver Island.
Hello.
Hi, welcome, Kiara.
Thanks for having me. This is lovely.
So thanks so much for joining us this morning, Kiara. And I just wanted to ask you, how did you get started with the Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah, so I graduated university back in 2017. I went to VIU and got my business degree. And then after that time, it actually took me 9 months of job searching and am I ever going to get a real job? Why did I go to university? What am I doing with my life? And that was a 9 month period of time. And then I finally got this job, and I got this job just by kind of applying to everything and anything that had anything to do with my specialty on the job posting. And then I got kind of lucky with this one, and it's been 3 years of a lot of learning and a lot of growth, and just I'm very happy to be here. So good
Awesome.
place
And
to work.
what was your specialty in university?
Yeah, so I did my business degree with a specialty in human resources and recruitment.
Okay, great. And what do you enjoy about working for the Boys and Girls Club of Central Vancouver Island?
I like we're very person centered, so I think everybody really gets to shine. Every person gets to kind of you get to bring your personality here, and the workplace kind of meets you where you are, and you get to bring your own skills and your own personality. And we want everyone to grow. We want everyone to thrive. So we kind of find what people will like, and we base our training off of what the staff want, and we base our events off of what the staff want. And I think everyone gets their voices heard, and that's a very nice place to work.
That is for sure so important to feel like you're a part of the company and that your opinions and voices heard. You
Yeah.
know, that's really nice. Um, and I know you guys have been doing quite a bit of hiring over the past few years. I've seen many postings. And what kind of positions are you currently hiring for at the moment?
Yeah, so we have a few different departments. So we have our child, youth, and family services, and that one takes a little bit of a higher education level because it's through the Ministry of Child and Family Development. So you need your child and youth care certification. And then we also have our child care and early learning, which is more of the daycare, out of school care, the 0 to 13-year-old kiddos. And then those are more entry level jobs. So that's kind of where we're always hiring, because I would say it's a good stepping stone job. You come into the childcare early learning department, get that sort of entry level first day kind of experience, and then carry on to a career in childcare. So we're always looking for our program staff, which requires a 20 hours of experience. So program leaders, child youth care workers, early childhood educators, early childhood educator assistants, yeah, all those sorts of child and youth areas.
Wow, lots of opportunities.
Yes.
So that entry level position that you're speaking about, what kind of requirements would you need to get into that entry level position?
Yeah, so you could take online, there's a course called the 20-hour responsible adult course. You can take that, and then you're qualified to work, or 20 hours of experience through university that is tied to childcare. So if you took 1 semester of child psychology courses, you would have enough to work for us. Or if you did your first year of your ECEA certification, then you could come in. So it's just 20 hours equivalent in the childcare field. Or if you
Wow,
want that easy, the
great
20-hour online course.
opportunity. What an
Yeah.
opportunity for somebody who's looking for a new career path and who, is interested in working with kids. It sounds like a fairly short term entry into a new career.
Yeah, and it's good to kind of come in and get an idea for what a job in childcare will be, because I think myself included, I had a very different idea of what it would look like, and then now that I'm in the job, there's so much more to it. It's so much more complex. So it's kind of a good taste of, is this the career that you want to go down? Well, you only need to do 20 hours of education. You can then test that out if it is what you want to do with your life, and then either carry on with it, or maybe childcare isn't for me. So it's a very good sort of test the waters.
Right. And did you say that that course is offered online?
Yes, I believe it's through BC Adult. continuing education.
Great. And so the positions that you're hiring for, are you hiring right now? Like if you were hiring, would somebody be able to start fairly soon?
Yeah, so right now we don't have many full-time positions, but definitely a lot of the casual, which is 0 to 30 hours, so a lot of flexibility. That's what we're kind of always looking for. So we really work with people who are in school or who have a second job. This is a really good kind of addition to that. But then in terms of full-time work in the summer, we will definitely need some more of those full-time staff because then we're open for all-day camps and kind of we get more of our virtual programming going and more of our summer camps going. So we will have more availability in the summer.
So those summer positions, they must be a good opportunity for a university student or a high school student possibly, or
Yeah,
um,
yes, you have to be at least 19, but it's great for university students. I think that's what we hire mostly is kind of and it's sort of fun to watch them go through their degree because they'll come in their first year and then we during the school semester they work just part-time or casual hours and then in spring break or summer break, winter break when university is closed, then they'll come and work for us full time and we always work with people's schedule. So that's it's a very normal thing to have our staff and the university schedule kind of on the same.
right. Okay. And those positions, what age group would you be working with in that summer position?
Yeah, so we always have our daycare, which is our infant toddler, which is the 0 to 3 years old, and then our daycare, which is the 3 to 5. Those ones are no different in the summer or in the winter or anything. That's always running. And then our summer camps, that is the 5 to 13-year-olds. And then we also have another group that does the 13 to 18-year-olds. So we have those two different groups. So kind of just the different stages of development and who takes those kinds of
Mhm.
kids. Um, yeah.
So you mentioned some of the training that people can get in order to get a job with you, but is there any internal sort of training that goes on that you help people to move up or to enter into those positions?
Yeah. So, like I said, when someone comes into the entry level job, from there we want to help grow you into whatever department you might see fit. So we have our infant toddler. So in the daycares, there's an infant toddler specialty, so we can now assist staff in getting that sort of training. We also recently, through the wonderful senior leadership team of ours, they were able to get us a grant that we can turn our ECEAs into ECE. So from an educator assistant to an early childhood educator, we can now put staff through that program as well. And then we're doing leadership and supervision training with all of our supervisors so that they can then kind of have that skill to manage their clubs because our clubs are, they're all over the place. We're not just one location, we have multiple locations and then one manager kind of at that location. So kind of empowering them to own their club a little bit more. So lots of opportunity internally to grow and also to, like I said before, meet you where you are and work on your skills. Lots of chance.
Excellent. That's great. And as you move up, maybe the pay changes as well? Did you want to talk at all about pay and benefits?
Yeah, so for our entry level jobs, it is lower on the scale. It's in the 1650 range, but then you only need that 20 hours of experience. So, and it's a very flexible job. So I would say for me when I was a young university student, that would have been perfect. Maybe you're not making what you want to make, but you also didn't need to get a lot of skill and you have this very flexible hours. However, when you start to move up, then it starts to turn into more of a career job, and that's where you see more of those full-time jobs, more of those benefits would be in our management supervisor roles. And then those ones go up to more of the 22 to 25 sort of range. But we are a nonprofit, so of course you're not going to see something like you would see in the school district or in the hospital or the city. We are a nonprofit, but then again, there's lots of flexibility and there are other benefits that come with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And during this time, of course, has been a different year. Would you like to talk at all about the COVID-19 sort of safety measures that you have in place to keep the children and the staff safe?
Yeah, for sure. So we started off with we had to close at first, which was very unfortunate. But now that we're open back up, we just take less kids in, so less enrollment. We also have more cleaning protocols. Everyone took training on how to properly clean. We have the proper equipment, wearing masks at work, keeping our distance. Now the weather's getting nicer. It's much better to be able to go outside and kind of keep that space. I would say this year really showed how amazing our team was. Nobody walked off the floor saying, I'm not doing this, or nobody didn't care. I would say everyone cares. Everyone has a big heart at the Boys and Girls Club. So we really came together, and yeah, it just seems normal now to wipe down the kitchen every time you use it, and wipe down your office at the end of the day, and follow the kids around with cleaning pads. It just feels normal now. So
Right.
if someone comes in and they're starting, it might sound intimidating, but you'll be trained, no problem.
Excellent. Sounds like you guys have a good handle on that. So, it sounds like lots of great opportunities. I'm very curious, like what kind of skills are you looking for, but also what kind of person is a good fit for this type of work?
Yeah, so you're working with kids and youth and children and lots of these people in their home lives that it's not the best situation. So when they come here, they just want to have a smile on their face and they want to have a good day. So you want to create a safe and fun environment for the kiddos. And so we want someone who can bring that personality and kind of bring that light to the floor and just sort of put a smile on your face. That would be the characteristics. But I'll also go through sort of our actual competencies that we're looking for when we're interviewing somebody. So you need an education around child development, so you can understand how to see the warning signs in a kid, or if someone's on the spectrum, do you understand how to sort of work with them? Health and safety, so both mental and physical health of the kids, of your coworkers, of everybody around. Family and community collaboration, so you're a system with your whole community, and the kids that you're caring for are part of your community, so that you just have that we thinking instead of just me. Program development. So can you think of ideas, which is the funnest one, because who doesn't love coming up with fun games? One of our teams in Lantzville, they do a Survivor week in the summer. Every single summer, all the kids do a Survivor competition, and it's so fun. So being able to come and bring things like that is great. Leadership, you are leading the future generation of Vancouver Island. So how are you doing that? And then just advocating for our kids and our youth, because sometimes they can't speak up for themselves. And so who are you? How are you building those relationships with them?
Okay. So it sounds like, of course, somebody would have to have that desire to work with children, to be caring, creative, and yeah, I mean, I think it's really a great field to work in, and really exciting opportunity for people. That's
Yeah.
great. And once someone's hired by you and in that position, how do they kind of know if they're being successful in their job, and how do you measure success?
Yeah, so we do have a performance management program. Now it's taken a few years to kind of get off the floor, but I would say I'm seeing it be used more and more now. So that's a biannually, so twice a year you sit down with your supervisor and you actually go through all of the competencies, all of your deliverables, all of just how you're feeling, kind of check in, and then what two sort of accomplishments that you would like to get to in the next year, and then how your supervisor can help you reach those goals. So kind of goal setting, check-ins, we do that twice a year. But then you're also working with your supervisor every day. It's not like we're all working in our own little cubicle and we don't see each other. Everyone sees each other almost every day. Of course, with COVID, not as much, but you are always communicating with each other. But then for me, from HR, kind of sitting from the outside, how I know people are being successful is sort of based on how interactive they're being, how much they're leaning on me as much as I'm leaning on them, how much they're responding to things. Are they showing up to events? Are they volunteering at extra places? Are they responding to emails and bringing forward ideas? Then I know that they're finding joy in their job. But if they're just kind of quiet, then maybe they're not feeling so successful here.
Right. So it's a real team environment where lots of communication going on, and probably sort of daily feedback on if something was going not well, you would probably hear about that quite quickly, and you get some feedback on how to improve and move forward.
Yeah. Everyone sort of gets a say in everything, which I mean can be challenging sometimes, but is also an amazing. It's something I've never had before in a job. So
So I'm curious to hear how you respond when you get a resume. What is it that you are looking for, and what makes a resume stand out to you?
Yeah. So all applications come through me, and kind of where my eye first goes is your certifications, qualifications, education sort of thing. What have you gone out there and gotten for yourself? And like I said, with the 20-hour with the jobs that require 20 hours, it can be a very different kind of 20 hours. There's not a specific set of skills or qualifications that you need for any of our jobs. So I go there and kind of, how can I pull what this person has done and make it enough for us? So I would also recommend putting everything that you've done, all those little certifications that maybe you think is silly. Why did my mom make me go take my babysitting course when I was 14 years old? Put that on your resume. Put all of those things on your resume. It's good to know that you've gone out and done that, or that you took time out of your Saturday to go and get this course. That it means something to me. So make yourself shine.
Okay, great. So, I mean, somebody who, like we already talked about, they might not have a lot of experience yet working like in a paid position with children. So, I guess it would be important anytime, if you've done some babysitting in the past or volunteered with kids somewhere, that information would be visible on the resume.
Mm.
Um, right. So, because I think sometimes people worry, oh, I haven't ever actually been paid to take care of children, but yet they have all of this experience with kids. So it's making sure that that is shown on the resume. And at Work BC, we could actually help with that too. So just a
Ah,
little
awesome.
reminder to everyone listening, if you're not sure how to show some of that volunteer experience or those courses that you had, we can really help you with that. So please contact us.
Mhm, for sure.
Yeah. And do you like to see a cover letter as well?
I do. For me, what I want on the cover letter is kind of what you want from us, because we have multiple locations. There's those casual jobs between 0 and 30 hours that are so flexible, and then our full-time jobs. We also have the different departments that take different skills and qualifications. So, kind of telling me what you're looking for. Maybe we only have a job posting for a child and youth care worker in Ladysmith, but you are really interested in working with the little kids and you live more in Lansville. Well, we can probably make something work because we're all over Vancouver Island and we're all one big team. So um, apply for the job that you want, but also explain what your ideal job would be, or kind of where what you're working towards. If you're in your first year of your social work degree and that's what you're working towards, then explain that and kind of what area you want to specialize. Maybe you want to specialize in the foster care system. Okay, well, we can find something that will help you with that. So really explaining what you're looking for, just as much as you're trying to tell us how great you are, but also what do you want from us. It's a mutual relationship. So.
Right. Okay. And would it be helpful for somebody to mention that they were part of the interview at the Work BC job fair? Like,
Yeah, that would be lovely.
yeah. Okay. And they can address the cover letter directly to you?
Yep, yep.
Okay. So we'll have your name and contact information so people will be able to see that. But
Perfect.
how should people apply? Like, how do you apply for positions?
Yeah, so you can go on our website, and then it's just an email address. It's careers at BGCCVI, which I'll share with you as well. And then that just emails right to me. They all just come into my inbox, and then I sort them. So it's quite simple. And then from the time that you apply to actually getting a phone call or getting a pre-screen or any sort of interview, um, you'll hear something within a week for sure. If you don't hear something within a week, then you might not hear anything. But the whole process itself is about 3 weeks, from applying for the job to actually being on the floor and starting your first day. It's give yourself about 3 weeks.
Well, thank you very much, Kiara, and I really appreciate your time today and loved having this chat with you. And thank you very much.